where we store or process our long-term explicit memories. Explicit memories are anything you can recall and tell someone about, like what you did last weekend, what classes you had last year. Those would be your explicit memories. So when you look at if we damage this, this is going to result in a loss of memories. So we're either going to have our anterograde or a retrograde amnesia. And notice with this, where it says connected to the sensory parts of our forebrain, the cerebral cortex, that's where it's actually connected there. So that relays that information and then gets it ready for storage. The amygdala, it's going to be the dark blue almond-shaped structure right at the end of the hippocampus. It's going to be linked to our survival emotions, fear and anger. It's going to be your thermostat for anxiety. So if this part of your brain is active, you're going to be more nervous. That's also why we usually have anxiety issues as teenagers, because this is part of the brain that we usually process information with first. That's why we tend to overreact. And so when we look at the amygdala, teenagers and children, they're going to predominantly process information through this. That's why changes can result in a blow up, like a kid can't find his favorite toy, catastrophe. So why you are processing things with the amygdala, not the cerebral cortex? First, there's a lack of myelin sheath on the cerebral cortex, the forebrain. So the amygdala being myelinated, it's going to work at a faster rate. So information is going to be sent there, so it can be processed quicker. This also helps explains teenagers and infants' impulsive behavior, overreactions, because they process things with the amygdala. And if we damage this area, we won't necessarily have a problem feeling anger and fear. We'll have a problem detecting it in faces, because an evolutionary part of the amygdala is when you see someone give you a dirty look, an angry look, your body needs to prepare for that threat. So we need to recognize that quickly. Last part, the hypothalamus. This is going to be what we call our pleasure center. It's going to be slightly below the thalamus. It's going to be directly involved in our eating, drinking, body temperature, our control of our emotions. It's going to help govern the endocrine system through the pituitary gland. And when we have damage to the hypothalamus, depending on which part, and we'll talk more about that with motivation and emotion later in the second semester, but we'll have decreased or increased hunger, thirst, saliva producing or drooling, slobbering, body weight will alter, and then we'll also have digestion problems. Since this is linked to hunger, these are going to be the effects. Now it can be too much or too little, but those are all the effects there. So that's it for limbic system. Me and Mr. Carr hopefully will be back with the cerebral cortex sometime later.